Students watched as their classmates were dragged, lifted, and carried out of cars that were involved in a two head-on collision crash. On Friday, May 11th, Burlington High School held their mock crash presentation outside of the student parking lot. The crash was a way to show students the dangers of drinking and driving.
So this is a crash that we do every 2 years around prom season, and we like to send a message about making good decisions and how bad things can happen to good people. And we just want to send the message that we do want people to have a good time, but to be aware, to be safe, and to watch out for each other. And the reason why we actually do the actual physical drill is because the kids actually get to see their peers involved in it.
Keeping students safe is the school's #1 priority.
It's very important for us to make sure our students know how much we care about them and to keep them safe. This is a message that they need to hear repeatedly because they are kids and they do things in the car that relate to distracted driving, and we want to make sure they remain safe at all times.
I spoke to one of the actors about his thoughts on the filming process of the crash and the actual event.
The experience going through this, it was actually very terrifying for me, and like seeing all my classmates out there. But it was so real in the moment that I was being put on the stretcher, and that all my friends were being evacuated from the cars and with the helicopter. There was just a lot going on at once, but it's so realistic that it should send us positive, like a strong message out to people to not drink and drive during prom.
Remember, don't step in a vehicle with someone under the influence. The consequences are severe.
That it can happen to anybody. And I think that's why we think that the way we do it is so effective, because we use their peers, we use their friends, we use the people that they've known almost their entire life, and they see that bad things can happen to people that they love, that it just doesn't happen to somebody else.
I hope that they decide not to use any alcohol or drugs during prom or ever. But it's really important that we just have a good time and stay safe during prom.
Just how important they are to their families, to us here at Burlington High School, and that they are young and they have their whole lives ahead of them, but that one bad decision could result in some tragic circumstances. So just to remain safe and healthy and happy at all times.
And our goal is that they see what it takes and how it impacts not just them, it's not just their one bad decision, it impacts people in another vehicle, it impacts families. It's huge, and they need to see that, and I think a drill like this really drives that home.
From Burlington High School, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.